running out of time here, so we're going to do quick hits. These will be like 30 seconds, just like each of us has some quick hits. You may have noticed, folks, if you watched the first panel I did, 2 of my quick hits I now expanded on in this one, which was not intentional, but now I guess that's what I'm going to do at Pat Bear's Anime Club. So, spoilers for shows I'm going to talk about in the future. My 2 are today's menu for Emiya family. If you want to somehow get into the Fate series, but you hope that nothing bad happens to any of the characters, because bad things happen to those characters, this is the show for you. It is an anime about food and how awesome food is and cooking together, which is a minor little part in a lot of the Fate series, but not all of them. It features all your favorite Fate characters just being nice to each other, and it's just a sweetheart show. It is, if you have knowledge about Fate, then you can understand, like, oh, the Archer rivalry with Emiya. Like, okay, yeah, you can get that a little bit more, but like, you don't need anything. You could just like a good food show that's not perverted, and it's just really great. Room Camp is the spin-off to Laid Back Camp. It's called Heya Camp other places. It is a short little series. They're short little episodes. You could watch the whole thing in one go. It is to tide you over until the next season of Laid Back Camp, and we all need just a little bit of joy in our life, and this is the tiniest little bit of joy. It's basically the little tag, the Room Camp tags at the end of the main episodes. They just expanded that into a fun little mini series. Corey, give me the quick pitch, the quickest pitch.
Hajime no Ippo. So I hear you like to watch series that are really long. Well, the manga's been running since '89 and the anime's been running since 2000. It is about boxing. You got Makinoshi Ippo, who is like trying to find his place in the world, comes across boxing, gets into boxing. You learn a lot about boxing from watching the show, like a lot of the technical details. There's some like outdated stereotypes and old ideas in it that, you know, watch with a grain of salt. But other than that, fun boxing.
Also, their take on America was kind of shitty and now is never more true.
Oh,
their take on American boxers and what you think Japan would pick as a villainous American boxer, and now you're like, yeah. Gundam, someone recommended a Gundam show and it wasn't me. I love this so much.
So also, this is different from G Gundam.
Yes.
This is Gundam Reconguista in G, or Gino Reconguista. Do not be afraid. You will not understand a single thing that happens. It goes pretty long. It's got some of the best Gundam names. It's like the first series that Tomino directed since Turn A. And if you've ever seen the meme, I'm a genius, oh no, that is Klimnik from this series. Probably piloting his Mac knife or whatever. There's some really good names in this one. There's like Raraya Monday, and she has a goldfish named Chichumi, who floats around in an orb.
It's not
and Bellry Zenom, the main character. Emotional impact slide off him like water off a duck's back. He does some murders and then just forgets about it.
There's a lot of weird Gundam series out there, and I don't know why this isn't talked about when they talk about this. This is like one of the most obscure, other than like F91, which everyone just collectively decided didn't exist. This is the first. Yeah, but
or like Crossbone or something. Like,
yeah, because it's just because Crossbone's just a manga and cool Gundams, and people were like, "Wait, where's the Pirate Gundam? What show is that?" And they're like, "It's a manga," and they're like, "Never mind." This one exists.
This one's got pirates.
It does.
You got the megafauna.
This one exists, and people are like, "I do not know what that is." It's such a strange thing. All right, we gotta speed through. Oops.
There's implied cannibalism.
There is
the only warning.
Yeah. Oh, weird. Beej?
Yeah, another horse girl.
Weird.
Uma Musume is a story about horse girls who are horses, because there are other girls who aren't horses. These are horse girls, and they all go to an academy together, and they're all supposed to be in classes and stuff together, but also they are, the point of going to the academy is to learn how to be a better runner, to compete in the races better. This is basically a great primer to learn how Japanese horse racing works. Because also every one of the characters in the show is based on a real life horse that either lived or has since died. They're all real horses.
I didn't know that part. I didn't know that part at all.
And it's based on a video game, which means this was supposed to be trash, and yet it's really engaging. It's really fun. It really takes the whole idea of, okay, it's a sports anime. They didn't make it, it's a video game sport thing that will make an anime. It was like, no, they made an actual sports anime where you care about the characters. And I did not think that would work, and it did. It was so much fun.
There's a side series that Crunchyroll is streaming right now that is the chibi, cute, little jokey one of this.
It makes no sense because there's all sorts of characters that you haven't even met from Musume.
Yeah, they just put those in. And then, hey, Beej, you got 30 seconds to talk about literally one of the weirdest shows in modern anime.
Hinamatsuri is about Hina, who comes from the future, and she's psychic and telekinetic and is incredibly powerful, but she's also incredibly lazy, and she shows up in Nita-san's house. Nita is essentially
Yakuza.
a lieutenant in the Yakuza, and she convinces him through strong-arming him and into taking care of her because she doesn't know what she's supposed to be doing while she's on Earth. But also other characters show up, like Anzu. Anzu is another girl from the future who's come back in time, who also is telekinetic and psychic, and they end up having a Achimute Hoi fight, which is amazing. And Anzu is homeless, but you cheer for her so much because she's going to get better. And then Hina goes to school because she has to. Nita puts her in school, and she meets Hitomi, and Hitomi is a middle school student who just wants to help people. So when she eventually becomes a bartender and then later a CEO of a major corporation, that doesn't seem too freaking weird. The manga just ended 100 chapters. It's a tour de force. It's so funny. The series really captures it quite well, I think.
This is so sometimes with comedy, you can just turn it, no matter what your mood is, it'll make it better, or you just whatever. This is one of those shows where you gotta be in the right mindset, because you can watch the first episode and go, no thank you, and then 2 years later watch the first episode again and go, oh my god, this is my favorite thing. This is like, you gotta be in the right mindset. Do not go in to cheer yourself up with this show. Go in to weird yourself out. Because I bounced off this at first because I was like, I can't with this girl. And then I was like, all right, I'll watch them. Then I saw a girl that was fighting with sticks that had faces on them, and I was like, okay, I'm going to try this show again.
Hina's the worst, by the way. You have to understand, Hina's just the worst.
Yeah.
She's just very selfish. You got to be able to deal with that.
You do. Okay, so that's it for the show.